Belinda presents this recording from Wicked Words, Sex in the Office. Read by Louise Crawford. This recording contains adult-only content. Learning procedures. Hannah Brophy. Kevin Stoddard fumed as the elevator jetted its way to the 27th floor. His secretary, Miss Darcy, had quit exactly 4 weeks ago. Since that time, HR had managed to find him 3 temporaries, each worse than the last. Salvation from the last empty-headed blonde had come from an unexpected out-of-town trip. He didn't have to see her or put up with her gum-smacking for the last 3 days of last week. So what had HR done? Hired Miss Darcy's replacement the minute he was gone, and then let the incompetent temp train her. Last Thursday's email had informed him a new secretary would begin on Friday. Of all the dunderhead moves, did HR understand nothing about hiring underlings? Starting a secretary on a day when the boss was out of town just set a bad example. The woman was here to work, but her first day had been spent goofing off because he wasn't there to take charge and set the pace. Also, and this really had him steamed, he was entitled to final approval of any new hires for him. Probably it hadn't helped that he had called the head of HR, Mrs. Jacobs, a bumbling jackass to her face, but the giggling temp in week 3 had set his teeth on edge. All this had rained down on his head simply because he refused to authorise a year-end bonus for Miss Darcy, to encourage her to work harder this year. Instead, the ingrate had found a better-paying job and quit with minimum notice. Kevin scowled at his fellow workers as he made his way down the corridor to his large corner office. His colleagues scurried out of his way. He worked long and hard hours for that corner office. Was it too much to expect that his staff would work hard too? As he rounded the corner, his pace slowed. Rising above a low file drawer were 2 very long, very shapely legs that ended at a charmingly curvy rear end. She wore a flared floral print skirt, dark hose, and 3-inch heels. Very nice. Maybe HR had gotten something right. He paused, momentarily enjoying the view, but then she straightened. Her back curved upwards until she reached her full height. Neon blue streaked her short dark hair. When she turned to face him, he noticed 3 earrings in her left eyebrow and at least 6 hoops in each ear, plus a peacock feather that dropped from the lowest hole almost to her shoulders. The blue in the feather was an amazing match with the colour of her hair. Lord have mercy. This was a law office, not a strip club. What was HR thinking? Katie Carson. She offered her hand and automatically he shook it. Your new assistant? Blue hair? Facial piercing? Assistant? Miss Carson, is it? He hastily dropped her hand. I need to make a call, then we'll talk about what needs to be done. What had those idiots in HR done to him this time? Impatiently, he dialed Mrs. Jacobs' extension. Hello, Kevin. I thought I'd be hearing from you this morning. Mrs. Jacobs' cheery voice greeted him. The fact that he hadn't had to introduce himself reminded him of how much he disliked caller ID. Each time Mrs. Jacobs called him by his given name, his stomach rolled. How many times had he told her he preferred to be called Mr. Stoddard? Mrs. Jacobs would nod and then answer with something like, Of course, Kevin, and go on with whatever point she was attempting to make. I just met my new secretary, Kevin announced, preparing to launch into his diatribe. It's the 21st century, Kevin. They are called assistants now. Never mind that. Did you actually look at the girl before you hired her? She's 15 and has blue hair. 21, not 15. And the colour of her hair, I believe, is referred to as indigo. I do not want a secretary with indigo hair. Do I make myself understood? I'm not deaf, and neither I'm betting.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?